Hello, welcome back to Economics with Mr. Cole. And today we're going to continue with the third part of four-part series on behavioral economics. And that's right, we are now at the second bullet point. How can firms and governments influence consumers to make desired choices? So do check out parts 1 and 2 if you haven't. So how can firms apply knowledge of consumers' cognitive biases in their strategies? I've selected a few examples to go over the concepts. So first, firms could exploit the endowment effect under loss aversion. So as mentioned, consumers are less willing to give up something that they already own or have developed an emotional attachment to. So I gave the example of Sarah already owning a handbag versus not initially owning a handbag. And we found that there was a disutility in the second case when Sarah already owned the handbag, which means that she's loss averse. So if you're still not sure about what I'm trying to explain, you might want to revisit the second part of this four-part series. So, for example, gyms could offer free trials or demonstrations and samples for products. This is especially so for non-durable goods such as skincare products, as well as services like antivirus software and gym use. Or they could also present offers with clear deadlines, drawing attention to potential losses since consumers pay the regular price after deadlines, right? So there is a sort of psychological attachment to the offer. So, for example, in the ride-hailing context, Uber might offer a discount with a very clear deadline. Next, firms could also exploit the sunk cost fallacy, also under loss aversion. So, as mentioned, this is a cognitive bias that means consumers include sunk costs as part of their decision making. So what firms could potentially do is to upsell add-ons. For example, after buying the Apple iPhone, the consumer may be persuaded to pay for, other related products, such as the Apple AirPods, and even services as well, such as an upgrade and warranty. Or the firm could mandate to make compulsory upfront payments for future services at the very first visit, such as a spa or massage package for 10 visits. So the consumer might not actually need that many visits, right? So such an approach would usually lead to higher frequency of use than usual as a result. The firms could also exploit the salience bias, which is unbiased use of information by consumers, such as persuading consumers to buy more expensive or profitable products. So as you can see in the supermarket, these items would then be placed on shelves at eye level or simply at more prominent places. Another example would be how e-commerce firms advertise in large prints or display at checkout items. Other customers previously bought. So at the checkout page, it would show, for example, the magnesium fire starter that other customers have bought. The government could also make use of behavioral insights to influence consumers. So, attention linguists, as well as behavioral economists, drawing upon the endowment effect, framing and reference dependence can influence how consumers respond to taxes. So, a government that wants more consumer spending should only pick one of these two. In other words, the question is, should tax cuts be presented as a bonus or a rebate? Right? So the hypothesis is that if it's framed as a bonus, consumers perceive a tax cut as an outright gain. But if it's framed as a rebate, consumers see it more as a restitution of a loss. So sort of compensation of a loss. So if it's the latter, they're less inclined to lose a gain, so to speak. Consumers are thus likely to spend more if tax cuts are framed as a bonus. So in terms of macroeconomic policy, the government should then frame tax cuts as bonuses if they really want to stimulate consumer spending. All right, so we have come to the end of the third part of the 4-part series. And do stay tuned for the fourth and final part of the 4-part series of behavioral economics. And please like and subscribe to my channel if it's been helping you learn economics. All right, that's it for today. Goodbye.